today is entitled Luck from Within. Luck from Within. Marvin, Wiley, Jr.
The night was young, and I was sitting down having dinner with some buddies, and suddenly, boom, 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 the sound of a bass drum, snare drums, and bagpipes filled the air. In marched a marching band of firemen, dressed in a slick fireman hat, a slick fireman shirt, and a slick pair of red Scottish kilts. I was impressed. I was surprised. Would you ever expect to see something like this in a restaurant? Once the band had concluded playing, I heard something hit the ground. I looked down, and the fireman had lost his marbles. On his belt laid a bag of marbles, now resting on the ground, waiting to be rescued by the firemen. A short while later, I had to relieve myself from the restroom, so I made my way back to the back of the restaurant. And as I made my way towards the exit, I said, "Nice playing," to a few of the firemen to my left. And as I made my way to the exit, I looked down towards the door. And there, I noticed that somebody had lost their marble. I reached down, I picked it up, and I started thinking back. I started thinking back at all the times that I'm driving down the road and somebody cuts me off. I'm driving down the road and I'm stopping at light after light after light, this frustrated trying not to be late to where I'm trying to get to. I think about all the times that my golf games are just completely going downhill. This could be the answer. This could be the lucky charm. The thing that they always say that this thing comes down to the universe and has this special power that you're going to use to help to turn your life around. I immediately pocketed this marble. I got home and I set it right on top of my dresser for future use. A few weeks later, I started to come up with some ideas. I thought, what could I do with this marble? Should I test my luck in the lottery? Should I test my luck in the stock market? That might be a little bit too risky. How about, let's see how this marble can lower my golf scores. I made my way down to the golf course. It was a bright sunny day, about 72 degrees. This course always challenges me. The fairways are so tight. The greens are perched up on top of a hill, surrounded by sand. But now, I had a secret weapon. I stepped up onto the first tee, making sure my marble was in my pocket. I hit my first shot, and I watched as it drifted off to the right. I stepped up. I hit my second shot. I watched as it skidded across the ground. I now begin to think, what is going on? This marble was supposed to be my answer. I hit my third shot back into play, and now I had a pitch shot with the green perched up on top of the hill. I struck the shot, and I watched it as it sailed up onto the green, laying right short of the green, rolling up about 10 feet from the hill. I was on the green in 4 strokes. My buddy, on the other hand, was on the green in 2 strokes. I knew there's absolutely no way that he would possibly make a 5. The best score I can possibly get is a 5. I should be just focused on the next hole. There's no way I can win this hole. So I stepped up without lining up the putt. I hit the putt, and of course, I missed it. I watched my buddy walk up to his putt. He knelt down, lined up his putt to get the perfect line. He stood up, he struck the ball, and I watched it as it tracking, and it rolled 5 feet past the hole. He stepped up, he hit his second putt, watched it, and then looked down. Right then and there, I realized that you never want to give up too soon, because you never know what might happen. On that hole, I lost the hole by a stroke. On the second hole, I lost the hole by a stroke. On the third hole, I lost the hole by a stroke. I'm like, what is going on? This marble was on the ground for a reason. It's bad luck. Absolutely furious, I got home. This marble was not my answer. I discarded the marble for future use. A few weeks later, I found myself on the golf course again. This time, my luck seemed to go in my favor. I was hitting shots that I'd never hit in such a long time. They were flying so high and so straight. I found myself in the trees eventually, because every golfer knows you're eventually going to find yourself in the trees. This tree was massive, about the size of my hand. About the width of a car. To the right of the tree stood another tree. So I had this gap that I just knew I could get right through this gap with how well I was playing. My buddy also was confident that I would get through this gap. So, with total confidence, I stepped up, I hit the shot. Thwack, 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 thwack. The ball ricocheted off multiple trees. We all ducked for cover, and our hearts completely dropped. Now, I found myself even deeper in the trees than ever before. The gap was now about half the width of the chair you're sitting in right now. I already escaped death once. Surely I could do it again. I took out my 3-wood. I needed to keep the ball low. I stepped up, I prayed, I hit the shot, and complete silence. It was as if you're walking out onto a lake in the early morning, and it's just absolutely silent. I watched as it skidded right through the gap, tracking right towards the green. It landed right short of the green, right where I needed to land, rolled up onto the green, and I had a chance to save the par. Right then and there, I realized that luck does not come from a tangible object. Luck is something that is created from within. Toastmasters.